Hello and welcome to Full Send Broadcast Network. Here tonight, joining me in the booth is Christian Hill. How you doing tonight, Christian?
Not too bad. How are you doing, Puff?
Oh, cannot complain, not one bit. Got a little bit of a late start here tonight. We apologize to those of you tuning in. We had a little bit of a technical issue. For some reason, it did not want to go live on the pre-designated time slot there. It created a whole new one. But we got it figured out here, and we are glad to have y'all with us tonight. Qualifying underway now. Let's take a look at the qualifying pecking order as it stands here.
Well, you just happened to miss a massive crash out with probably, oh gosh, I don't even know, 7, 8, 9 drivers. The total just massacre. So most of them just kind of lost out on their qualifying laps.
Yeah, it's so far it seems to have been an interesting qualifying session already, as it's about to come to an end here. Right now, Matthew Baker in that 15 machine sitting on the top spot with the 46.611, followed by Matt Lee in the 04 with a 46.62. And Braxton DeWeese in third in that 13 machine with a 46.65. And fourth, John Honeycutt. And rounding out your top five, Mark Jenkins.
Up until just a few seconds ago, we had, or actually no, we still do, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all with 46.79. And that's what started out the top two. For a hot minute until they ended up taking their second lap.
As the checkered flag flies here on qualifying, looks like Matt Baker is going to have the pole position here with 46.611. So let's take a look at our pre-race info here, since we got a little bit of a late start. Try to get this out of the way before qualifying ends. Daytona International Speedway, 2.5 miles. The ambient temperature is 78 degrees Fahrenheit with the track surface temperature of 80 degrees, 56% humidity, partly cloudy with 2-mile-an-hour winds. These drivers going to be going 80 laps around here with a 55% fuel load with one fast repair. So it's definitely going to be an interesting showdown here tonight to see who's going to walk away with the big bucks. Qualifying is coming to an end here. You're waiting for the official results to roll in, and we will show you your grid presented by Ford Entertainment Group and iRacing Flea Market. iRacing Flea Market has 26,000 members strong, buying and selling sim racing gear on their Facebook page. Go check them out at www.facebook.com/iRacing Flea Market. Qualifying results are in. Let's take a look here. Matthew Baker on the pole in that 15 machine. Outside front row is going to be Matt Lee in the 04. In third is Braxton DeWeese. Fourth, John Honeycutt. Fifth, Mark Jenkins. Sixth, Thomas Andrews. Seventh is Dennis Orff. Eighth, Kenneth McCullough Jr. Ninth, Darius Sells. 10th is Christopher McCullough. 11th, Jason Maines. 12th, Art Greco. 13th, Raymond Reitnor II. 14th, Brian Kessner. 15th, David Sheets. 16th, John Mollahan. 17th is Craig Lewis. 18th, Josh Bonwell. 19th, Jay Dargert. 20th, Dalton Randolph. 21st is David Stryker. 22nd, Jim Westerfield. 23rd, Donald Ray. 24th, Brian Darlington. And 25th, we got Jason Schilling. 26th, TJ Roberts. 27th, Joey Allen. 28th is Jalen Parker. 29th, Brian Terry. 30th, Thor Tullo. 31st is Kyle Knapp. 32nd, Taryn DeFleece. 33rd is Wally Babb. 34th, Jordan Darnell. 35th, Ash Brambilla. 36th, Thomas Vancura. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing some of these. 37th, Aaron Roth. 38th, Kevin Clark. 39th, James Kaufman. 40th, Richard Gray. 41st, Casey Sawich. 42nd, Chad Ross. 43rd, Chris Imbus. And 44th, Stephen Page. That is your official starting lineup here tonight in the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday Night Super Speedway Series, presented by Ford Entertainment Group and iRacing Flea Market, as these cars are on the grid. Watching them roll off now. We have a few cars starting on pit road. Going to roll off of pit road here.
Just listening in on the race control, talking about these things. Top line being able to pick their own lane whenever they want. Assuming they'll be taking the bottom. I know I would be.
Yeah, well, it also all depends on who you have behind you here.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm buddy-buddy with the guy behind me or a couple guys around me, I might tape that top lane. I don't know. But as this might be more of a, these drivers don't know each other as too well. I'm gonna probably take a bet that he's gonna take the bottom lane, especially because he's still sitting there.
Yeah, it's well, Christian, what are your kind of takeaways that you're kind of expecting to see in this race here tonight?
First of all, along with everyone else, I'm really expecting a lot of crashes. I'm going to expect to spin out, especially on this first lap, probably off the start. Just based off of qualifying and practice, there was a bit of netcode going on, but not too shabby. But I think this is going to be a really interesting race. I'm kind of seeing that Matthew Baker might go pretty far. He had a pretty solid qualifying lap.
As they come to the line here, pace cars away. Green flag is out here at Daytona. They're hard on that loud pedal, going through the gears here. Still 2x2 all the way through the whole field here.
Yeah, I believe they have a rule about going 3 wide until a specific section of the track. I believe it's the back straight. I'm not too sure. Matt Lee taking the lead out of from Matthew Baker. Matthew Baker right on his bumper, sitting right next to number 8 Thomas Andrews.
Yeah, still 2-2 off the field as they come around to complete lap 1 there.
Okay, so they have one more lap, no 3 wide. While I'm listening in, so until the end of the second lap, I believe that they cannot go 3 wide, so they have to stay 2 wide, get some kind of clean racing going in, hopefully, and then after that second race, it's kind of let it loose and do whatever you want.
Well, that's actually a pretty interesting rule, and it's actually kind of a saving face kind of rule, because if you let drivers go 3 wide all willy-nilly whenever they want, they'll be taking it 3-4 wide at the line on the green flag. So it kind of helps bring down some of the caution aspect of super speedway racing, especially when you're going for this kind of money.
100%. It kind of gives the drivers a bit to kind of relax, understand how the people around them drive, and kind of just go at it. And as we can see, we just passed that last lap, and at the moment, I don't see anyone going 3 wide. They're just kind of hanging in there, trying to see if they can just hold in. Honestly, super speedway racing, half the race is just being patient.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really, patience is the key at super speedway racing. You can be running all the way back there in 30th to 40th all race long, and then next thing you know, with 5 laps to go, you could find yourself up there in the top 10 fighting for a race win.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can jump around in these positions all day long. You can go front, back consistently, and you can start the race in the very back and end in the very front. And there's no telling what can happen in a super speedway race. These things are like black holes. You never know what's going to happen with them.
Yeah, one false move or one bad move by someone up front can just ruin a race for tons of other drivers. And we just hope that doesn't come to fruition here tonight, but it's bound to happen at some point in time tonight.
Oh yeah, you can't have a super speedway race without a couple of wrecks. What'd be the fun in that?
As the field is coming up on the black car here, let's see how they're going to navigate this, because they are still 2x2 throughout the field here. '99's going to stay high. The tricky part is when they get on the straightaway, you lose sight of where that car is if you're tucked up behind someone else. Looks like they're going to manage to get by him with no issue here so far. Looks like he's going to tuck in line right there. But inside line, really well organized right now.
Yeah, they're kind of pulling away from that outside line. Outside line definitely struggling, as we can see on most races I watch. That outside line really does struggle, with a 13 pulling up on the outside line, trying to hopefully kind of get some momentum going as they do. They're gaining some ground on that inside line.
Yeah, is the 8. I believe that's going to be Braxton DeWeese in the 8 up there leading that high lane. Got 2 8 cars nose to tail right there on the high line, but that's those are custom painted numbers on them cars. So just bear that in mind here on the broadcast. If we call out a car number, we could be, if we're reading from the overlay, we'll maybe reading a different number than what you see on the car, and vice versa.
Top 4 cars right now. Apologize about that. Top 4 cars right now, and especially approaching this other one, is very, very colorful field.
Yeah,
as long as I'm seeing these paints correctly.
It is, man. It's really beautiful. It's cool to look at too. I mean, it's really amazing to see. Some really nice paint jobs out here. And for those of you tuning in tonight, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight, we have the Ford Entertainment Group Friday Night Superspeedway Series presented by iRacing Flea Market there on Facebook, 26,000 members strong, buying and selling sim racing gear there on Facebook. Go check them out at facebook.com/iRacing Market or iRacing Flea Market. Sorry, got a little tongue-tied there. Right now, these drivers are still 2x2 throughout most of the field, still trying to claw their way up, not wanting to settle down and ride in single file line. Does that kind of surprise you at this stage of the race there, Christian?
No, not really. A lot of the times you see these happen. You see this happen a lot. Everyone gets kind of antsy, especially in the beginning of the race for some reason. Everyone kind of gets antsy. They really want to get up in the field really quick just so they can sit there and kind of relax on the rest of the field instead of trying to fight your way slowly through the field. Like I said in the beginning, this race, these kind of races on Superspeedway, it's all about patience.
Let's go right along with one of these drivers. Let's go right along with the 18 of Jason Maines and see it from his point of view on the visor. Still kind of spaced out, not getting too aggressive on the back bumper of the car in front. You hear that throttle control right there. That's key to super speedway racing is throttle control. You don't want to get too aggressive. And not just that, it also saves you a little bit of fuel when you're running back there in the back.
Yeah, fuel saving is, especially if you have the race director has kind of set it up that way to where it's a close race with fuel. That can make or break your race there. I won a race most recently in another league, and I really had to fuel save towards the end because I hadn't done too much throttle control. And if I hadn't done all of that in the beginning, I probably would have ran out of fuel in the last lap.
Yeah, it can get tricky, and sometimes I have seen them turn into fuel mileage races here at super speedways, and that's when it gets real interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, iRacing, for any of you those who like to watch road, iRacing just did a update to the LMP2 cars to where you can't something with fuel saving and pushing in the clutch with the LMP2 cars. It was a really interesting update because it was a slight fuel saving change that people were doing in the most recent Daytona 24-hour. I'm sure it caused big enough issue to where they had to change it.
And we have some people cheering on their favorite drivers here in the chat. We have Gary Hopkins cheering on Braxton DeWeese. We got Chris DeWeese in there cheering on Braxton DeWeese as well. We got, let's see here, a lot of Braxton DeWeese fans out here. Got Doug Middendorf out there cheering him on. Stop and Go Penalty Show, appreciate you stopping by here on the broadcast. Eric Yoakley cheering on the 39 here. And Josh's mom, can we guess who she's cheering on? I would have to say it's Josh out there in that number 56.
Actually, just talking about Josh in the chat with Jeffrey Ford, I believe. Just kind of talking between the drivers. That's another thing that's kind of important in these kind of races is you really need to kind of communicate with the guys around you, because if you're going to do some kind of move or something and it might be risky, or you're going to go pit, you need to let them know so they don't run into the back of you or they take you out or X, Y, or Z.
Yeah, it's a very valid point there.
It's an interesting communication because you don't want to talk to them too much to the point where, one, you're distracted, or two, you're racing them. This is a motor race, so but you also need to have some type of conversation with them.
A little bit of contact looked like between the 37 of Darius Sales and the I believe that's the 8 of Braxton DeWeese. Really looked real close there. That 37 was way out of shape, looked like.
Yeah, that was a close one there at the very top.
We are now working on lap 14 of the scheduled 80 laps tonight. Matthew Baker is really pushing the 04 of Matt Lee.
It's some bickering back and forth in the radio here. Kind of some of these drivers getting a little, I don't know, antsy or getting a little frustrated maybe at some of these other drivers kind of maybe not doing exactly how they feel like they should be racing. But again, I mean, this is a race. You're supposed to fight each other.
Yeah, but, it's when you put on that virtual helmet here and get on the track here on grid, you have no friends. And especially when it comes to later in the race. Oh, we have a wreck breaking out further back here. Oh, cars all over the track. They're wrecking even more here. Caution should be coming out here. Waiting for it. There it goes. The caution flag flies. Big wreck. See if we can figure out what happened here. Let's go back to the replay. Following along with the 03 here. I believe it started somewhere around here. Slow it down a little bit. You see the 39 come up and touch. I can't tell what car that is up there. Oh, bad push right here on the high lane, and that sends them a little sideways. Oh, yeah, the 11 was trying to check up to catch it and just got ran over. And that it just cascaded from there, and you see cars scattering all over the track. The 43 sliding back up onto the track in front of all the cars there. The 23 gets run over trying to check up. Tough break for a lot of drivers here. We go
going back.
live.
I was going to say, going back and looking a little bit more in depth, it does look like the 36 checked up, the 11 tried to check up, hit him in the corner, which then sent him off. 31 then hit the 11, sent him flying, and again, yeah, just cascaded everything from there. So we, I mean, that's again we were talking about earlier. Matt leads are top a lot of them. We're all pitting. Let's see how many of them go into the pits.
Yeah, we're a whole steady stream of cars coming down pit road right now.
Let's see if anyone stays out. So far, top 18 into the pits. Uh-oh. I think I just heard an engine send it.
There you see the 04 Matt Lee winning the race off of pit road.
Whew. That was a great pit stop. I'm assuming he just took fuel there and just kind of boogied out.
Yeah, that would be the play right there, because I mean you only have 17 laps on these tires, and Daytona, yeah, it's more of a handling track than Talladega is, but it's not to the point of you're going to be snapping loose because of worn out tires. I mean this track doesn't have a whole lot of tire wear.
Yeah, if I was him, if I was everyone else, I wouldn't be taking tires either. I doubt you'd even be under 95%, if that. I would definitely be sitting there, and I would just take fuel and run as well. But the number, I believe that's number 50, staying out.
Yeah, those are going to be cars that are, that's John Honeycutt. I'm trying to see what number the other car is right there. I believe there's 2 cars that stayed out, looks like, maybe.
I only saw one with John Honeycutt, yeah.
So, yeah, John Honeycutt is a few laps down. He's coming around to complete lap 13 for himself, while everyone else is working on lap 17.
Mm-hmm.
As the lights go out around the track, lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready to go green here. Now, what do you say we do a full send fired up? I'm going to take the green flag then, Christian.
I'm all for it.
These drivers are going to stack them back up and get it ready to roll here to go green on lap 19 of 8 laps scheduled here tonight.
Just a reminder for the viewers, if you see them not going 3 wide 2 laps in, that's because on starts and restarts they have to stay. They have 3 wide. Yeah, they have to stay 2 wide until they complete 2 full laps. Once that second lap is completed, they can then go 3 wide and do whatever the hell they want. Some of the drivers in chat asking for some EOLs, possibly want to be pushed towards the back. I don't know how I'd feel about it with such a large pack, to be honest.
Yeah, it creates a lot of obstacles you have to overcome. I guess that's the best way I could put it. Lots of obstacles to overcome to try to get back to the front. But if you're going to take an EOL, now's the time to do it, because you still have a big portion of the race left to go.
Oh yeah, I mean they still have 62 laps to go from here off this restart, or I guess it'll be 61. Yeah, I mean if you are going to take an EOL, this would exactly be the caution to take it on.
All right, as we're going to go full send fired up as they take the green flag here at Daytona.
Number 4 and number 15 kind of going at it, seeing 39 trying to push the 04 past the 15, seeing if they can take back the 18 hot on 15's bumper. 13 trying to choosing the outside, with the 87 trying to catch up on the inside. Kind of leaving some stragglers back there. If they can't catch up, they might lose that, especially on that top line. I think he's catching them now, but he was almost just out of that draft. If you get out of that draft, oh, good luck, because you're not getting back in.
They come around to complete lap 19.
One more lap to go before they can go 3 wide. Top lane kind of kicking it off here. Oh, coming around the corner though. 4 coming up, but then the 15 will easily take that back off this straight. Good car length about ahead of them. 39 right on the number 4's bumper, Matthew Baker. Seems like a good duo right there, especially with the 15 and 18. These top 4 cars really working well together with these tandems. 87 and 13 really trying to stay on the back of the bumpers of their respective cars. But especially in that 3rd and 4th spots, that draft becomes almost unbearable. It's really hard to handle those cars.
Yeah, the air really starts to move them around. Does it look like there was a little bit of contact there between, looks like Deweese and the 87 of Reitmore, looks like.
Definitely possible. But given a good door with that, again, with that just that massive amount of dirty air. You can see 18 and 39 kind of getting into that as well.
Let's go look at the right along on the nose of the 18, which is Jason Maines. See how close he is to the back bumper of, I believe that's Matt Baker in the 15. I think he shoved him out to the lead there, and they dropped down to the inside line. That is exactly what happened. They're now going to be leading that inside line, pulling along Matt Lee. That's going to leave Braxton DeWeese leading that high line. It looks like the 39 of Mark Jenkins going to jump up in front of DeWeese and try to lead the charge on the high lane there. Come around and complete lap 23 to start 24.
Yeah, a bit of changeover in the past lap or so, with all of these cars getting moved all around. The 4 dropping down below, the 15 and 18, I guess, finally taking that lead and dropping down on the inside. The inside's not always the place you want to be. I mean, if you can take that outside line and make a thing out of it, it's definitely the way to go. But the inside line is definitely the fastest around this track, no matter what.
And for those of you tuning in tonight, we greatly appreciate it here at the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight, we have the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday Night Superspeedway Series presented by iRacing Flea Market. They're on Facebook. 26,000 members strong, buying and selling sim racing gear. Go check them out. Facebook.com/iRacing Flea Market. Link is also in the description. As the lap car of, can't get a number off of that car. Like he tagged the wall a little bit. caused a little bit of a pucker moment with some of the drivers as they started to scatter some. Here comes that 39 of Mark Jenkins with Braxton DeWeese pushing him on the high lane. They came out of turn 4 here. That's going to put Jenkins possibly in the lead at the line. It does. He's going to lead a lap there. And now he's going to drop down in front of Matt Baker. A little bit of shuffling going on back here. Drivers having to back out of it to avoid each other. The 32 of Chris Imbus got shuffled out a little bit, and that caused a little bit of a checkup on the high lane there. But no harm, no foul. They're going to just fall back just a hair, but until they get reorganized. And it's kind of crazy to think, Christian, that further back in the pack like that where the 32 is, that little bit of a bobble just caused that whole outside line to lose that much momentum that far back in the pack.
Yeah, anything, any little thing, if you break that draft, especially if you're a bit farther away and you're just getting it, if you do a little bobble or someone kind of falls off or jumps down to the bottom line, that's a big one. If you have quite a few cars jump onto the bottom line and you get lost, I mean, that's a big bummer there for you.
Yeah, it's what do you say we do a full sun fired up here and listen to these cars go around here, go full song, 190 miles an hour.
Sounds good to me. I love the roar of these cars.
Full Send fired up here on the Full Send Broadcast Network. Once again, we appreciate you tuning in here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button here and know when we go live anytime here on the channel, bring you some fantastic racing action from all over the sim. Tonight, we have the Ford Entertainment Group PC's Friday Night Superspeedway Series presented by iRacing Flea Market. Go check them out, facebook.com/iRacing Flea Market. 26,000 members strong, buying and selling sim racing gear. So right now, we got Braxton DeWeese leading the high lane and Mark Jenkins leading the low lane, fighting for that top spot.
Yeah, I've been sitting here watching them, and it's just a consistent battle going back and forth. And like I said, I mean, these drivers being super patient. You see them just kind of getting up here and going. 39, he was pretty far back, but you know he was able to sit there and he was able to take it and kind of sit there, and you know, hey, he's sitting first, second, sitting happy. I'd be happy if I was him.
Yeah, and let's take a look at our biggest mover of the race right now. And that's the 31 there, the red and white Hardy's machine. Second in line on the high lane. He is up 34 spots since the drop of the green flag here at Daytona. Really making a lot of moves. Always we have a little contact between the 37 and 39. They're going to scatter right there. That's going to break up the pack a little bit. That high lane is fixing to lose all its momentum.
Yeah, Matt Lee not holding on strong like he was in the beginning, coming out of the pits as first, but dropping all the way back down. Ooh, 7 making some a risky move there. I don't know if the 4 would have been okay if he didn't move out of the way, but yeah, the 04 Matt Lee all the way back down in 11th.
Oh, green flag stop. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, we got a car in the wall. Big wreck. Big wreck. Cars sliding all through the grass here. Caution number 2.
Wow.
A little bit of pit road miscue looks like. See if we can find out exactly what happened here. Let's go back and look at the replay. There we see the 44. See if we can find out what happened. So there you see the, I'm trying to find the car, the 12 it looks, or the 70. Yeah, the 72. He gets hooked, looks like. Don't know how he got hooked, but he definitely got hooked by the 17. That spun him hard up into the outside wall. Backed it in real hard there. 44 just had nowhere to go, and it was just a chain reaction from there. And you see the cars disappearing. That's from so many cars on track at once right here trying to load in at one time.
Yeah, I just had to change up some of my settings as I hear a car engine explode. That's not good. So yeah, I just had to change up some of my settings here so I could see all of these cars, kind of open up my eyes a little bit more. Because I was losing out on some of these incidences like that one. I can't go back and watch myself.
39 of Mark Jenkins wins the race off of pit road. He's going to keep the lead here. As we're under caution number 2. Your top 5 right now: Mark Jenkins, Dennis Orff, Braxton DeWeese, Matthew Baker, and Matt Lee.
Matt Lee making up quite a bit of positions off of that caution. Luckily for him, he was all the way back down on 11th. So, like I said, like we keep saying, any caution, anytime, you can make up a lot of positions.
Yeah, it's really cool to see here. Going from the front to the back to the front again. It's just really cool to see that kind of stuff happening here on here at Daytona.
Yeah, Chris Imbus with 37 positions gained at the moment. Wow.
Yeah, and that 32 machine, that's a wow, I don't even have words. That's a big feat out there.
That's a lot of positions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of positions. And then followed shortly by Kevin Clark with 30 positions gained, as we said earlier, in that 31 machine.
And in the chat, Kelly Poynor asking, how's the newest addition to the family? Man, it's fantastic. For those of you that don't know, I had to miss last Friday's broadcast due to an emergency C-section. Me and my wife welcomed our first child into the world on Friday, Mr. Wyatt Adams Shoffett. He came in at 6 pounds, 13 ounces. He was a little stinker, though, in there. He had what they call a nuchal cord. It was umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck, his left wrist, and he was holding onto it with his right hand, squeezing it, making his heart rate drop. So they had to go ahead and take him a week early. But all is well. We're all back home, and happy baby, happy mommy, and tired daddy. That's for sure.
Yeah. Little broadcaster in training, huh?
Yeah. Future Full Send Motorsport or Full Send Broadcast Network broadcaster there.
I'm excited. I'll just have to wait I don't know, good 14, 15, 18 years, something like that. I can wait.
But yeah, it was actually kind of amazing. I was expecting to spend 3 or 4 days in the hospital, and we actually we had him at 2:19 p.m. on Friday evening, and we were coming home at 4 o'clock on Saturday evening.
Wow. That's impressive. Just over 24 hours?
Yeah, just over 24 hours from C-section to going home.
Wow, that's impressive.
As the green flag comes back out here at Daytona in the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday night Superspeedway series, Braxton DeWeese hard on that loud pedal with the 89 of Dennis Orff right behind him. And a cool little nod to the original Fast and the Furious movie. I just noticed this. Dennis Orff with that Toyota Supra painted identical to the Supra that they ran in the first movie. I just noticed that.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. I wasn't looking that close at their cars, but yeah, that's a really nice paint there.
I knew it looked familiar. I just couldn't place it. And as the limited context in the 39 almost into the wall. Wow. As Braxton DeWeese leads that inside lane. Dennis Orff right behind him.
Bit arguing going on in the voice comms here with between the drivers, get a little feisty about this restart here. As you can see, there's a decent gap between some of these drivers here, especially towards the back of the pack, kind of rounding off the main pack with number 45, number 50, and I believe that's a number 40. The rest of them kind of spread out, making their own little tiny pack, but hopefully they can get caught up there. If they can't, that'll be a real loss for them.
Yeah. Here comes the 39 of Mark Jenkins again with the 7 of Dalton Randolph, pushing him on the outside lane, trying to take over that top spot. And don't look now, the 32 of Chris Imbus, that blue and black on the third line in the high lane, and the second in line now in the high lane. He is up 39 positions since the top of the green flag. That is wild. That means he started dead last in the school. I believe he started 43rd.
I can double check, but yeah, I believe, he started, he did. He started 43rd. He started dead last, and he is now running 4th.
Oh, the 89 gets on the apron a little bit. He's slipping, he's sliding. That's going to cause the field to go 3 wide here. A little bit of a moment, almost a big moment for the entire pack there as he was running right up there towards the front. A little bit of contact between the 37 and looks to be the 28. Yeah, the 28 right there.
Definitely getting the chat a little feisty here based off of these recent events going on. But just getting confirmed from race control that they are allowed to go and pass under the yellow line. It's the only thing that they've kind of clarified that they're pulling away from in the normal iRacing sporting code.
Wow, I did not know they did that here in this series. So there's no double yellow line rule here.
There's not. This track may be a little difficult to do that with. I don't know where you would do that. Maybe on that backstretch, but most of the time you really can't pull that off. Nor will drivers let you back in.
Yeah, it's definitely would make for a wild last lap, especially coming to the trioval if someone wants to dip it down there.
I've done that once or twice. Definitely, and you can really make up some of those positions. You got that really nice draft going on, and get that basically that launch off of the back of the car in front of you.
As Chris Imbus in that 32 machine now leading the outside line, with the 31 of Kevin Clark pushing him. Those two drivers are the two biggest movers of the race. Chris Imbus up 41 spots. Kevin Clark up 34. Josh's mom says she's going to jump out of here, that her horse is out of the running. And we appreciate you stopping by there, Josh's mom, and hope for the best of luck on the next one. Oh, as we're going 3 wide here for the lead. Imbus gets shuffled to the extreme high lane here. The 7 of Randolph going to let him back down in line. That's going to allow the 31 of Kevin Clark to lead that outside lane. Oh, and now the 37 of Darius Sales is going to jump out there and try to pull them along. That's really going to kind of shuffle up this field here. Oh, huge wreck behind us. Huge wreck. Holy cow.
Wow. Here we go. Some of the people falling out of there are I can't even keep up. Let's see. While he goes back and checks for that. We're going to have Tarian DeFelice, David Sheets, James Kaufman, Wally Bob, all getting crashed out. Yeah, it was definitely the fault of 28 there. Just coming down on top of that other car, that number 6. Yeah, his Ford Entertainment Group said in the chat, he's not out of the running. We've definitely seen some of these racers, such as Kevin Clark and some of these other Chris Imbus. I mean, come back from literally Chris Imbus coming back from dead last, starting off this race here off the green flag. So no matter where you are in the pack, you're never really a lost cause, unless really the only time that you can be considered quote unquote a lost cause is when you're more than probably a lap down. Once you hit 2, 3, 4 plus laps, you're not gonna be able to do that for too much long. It's something crazy to have to be happen for you to come up and onto the lead lap again.
Yeah, as we're watching this replay one more time, I apologize. I did not know I had muted my mic. I had a little coughing spell as I was calling out the caution.
No worries.
Yeah, we see the wreck happening right here and just cars going everywhere. And that's tough break for a lot of drivers there. And Josh's mom says the big board says he is out. You're not wrong. It does say that, but that is because of the overlay that I'm using currently. My computer, for some reason, is not loading all the cars at once. So it is showing that those drivers are out, but they are not out of the race necessarily. It's just my overlay is showing that they are still more than likely currently in the race.
Yeah, at the moment, I believe Josh is number 56 car. Josh Bonwell, place 17 currently. Now we did just have basically the entire field just pit, so we do have a bit of place changing going on. But I believe Josh Bonwell was clear of that wreck, so he should be able to gain quite a few spots back.
Yeah, he does. We're looking at him right now. He does have a little bit of damage on that 56 machine. But it's nothing too major that shouldn't be too much of a hindrance on that machine there. As he does have a blinking issue with internet, so we'll have to go back to another car here. As we are working our way, I believe that's the third caution of the night. As we are just over halfway here, coming around to complete lap 46 under yellow.
Dennis Orff, our Fast and Furious paint scheme racer of the night, number 89, leading out right now behind this this pace car at a crispy 80 miles an hour.
And Chris DeWeese in the chat saying Randy he won't be back in town until after November 17th when he graduates from NASCAR Technical Institute. That's actually pretty cool. I know exactly where that's at. It's a position right across the back parking lot from Junior Motorsports, the Xfinity team. And I attended there myself. That's a pretty cool school to go to. It was really really amazing to see all the stuff that goes on into building cup cars and working on them.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, even I'm not as big of a NASCAR person as I am Formula One. However, these, I mean, not only do you have to know how to understand all of these basically to a pinpoint, but you also have to understand you have to read through all of those manuals and all of the things just to be able to like kind of design them, see what rules, and see where little loopholes you can take in some of these cars. I mean, those little tiny tenth of a second things can make or break your season.
Absolutely. And Stop and Go Penalty Show wants to know what happened to Matthew Lee and Matthew Baker. Right now, they are currently running 3rd and 5th. Is the green flag getting ready to come back out? We are green again here at Texas. Is there 2x2. Matt Lee pushing Dennis Orff on the inside lane. Outside lane, we got Mark Jenkins being pushed by Braxton DeWeese.
And again, these drivers aren't allowed to go 3 wide until 2 full complete laps. So they have to complete this lap and the whole next lap before they're allowed to go 3 wide and try to overtake some of these positions. Ooh, little almost a contact between number 89 and number 39 there.
Yeah, and Stop and Go Penalty Show in the chat saying that it showed that they were out of the race on my overlay. It will show that from time to time if I go to click through the pack sometimes. So if you see me go to the further back in the pack, you'll see me take the overlay off to show that way it doesn't jump around, because when I start going back to the cars that it shows that are out of the race, that's just that they're not showing up on my screen, so it's scoring them out when they're not really out. That's an issue that I've been trying to figure out for the past few months now, and hopefully we'll find a solution soon. Because I know it can be aggravating and sometimes confusing, and definitely aggravating when you're trying to stay on top of things and try to provide a nice, clean broadcast for customers here.
Yeah, and here we go. That second lap completed. These drivers are allowed now to go 3 wide. So hopefully we can see some cars going in. Although they're allowed to go 3 wide after that second lap, I often don't see these cars going 3 wide too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect them to go 3 wide until after, I would say, we have a car coming back on track right there. That was close. I believe that was the 7 of Dalton Randolph that was down on the apron and tried to come back up. Really caused a big pocket here in the pack.
I'm actually going to believe that was the number 14 of Brian Terry, who was pushed down onto the track and onto the apron and had to fight his way back up, almost hitting the number 7.
Okay.
The number 7, yeah, the number 7 I believe did push him down onto the apron, but that was number 14 that ended up out on the track, Brian Terry.
Oh, okay. Well, we apologize about that. There's the 14 right there. I just remember seeing green and white and the 7 running similar colors there. So as we're coming up to a lap car here.
I don't believe that was a lapped car. That was 3 wide for the lead.
The speeds right there. So the 39 must have jumped way out there, because he is going back quick, fast, and in a hurry, as the 37 allows him to jump back in line there. He must have jumped way out ahead and had a huge run, and then it was just a sitting duck.
Yeah, I mean, he just kind of, it was 3 wide for the lead, and then everyone just slowly kept filing back, and that car is just, it wasn't doing too well. Personally, Braxton DeWeese did not like what was going on and was kind of angry that someone was trying to go 3 wide, and was he was worried about them someone taking him out, and I don't blame him, but I mean, you can go 3 wide here, so if you can go 3 wide, I would do it.
Yeah, and especially as we get closer to the closing stages of this race, we are now working on that 53 of the scheduled 80. I would say with probably about 10 to 15 laps to go, you're within the money window right there, the pay window, and it'd be time to go. So be looking for drivers to start making more and more aggressive moves as the laps begin to tick down.
Yeah, with Matt Lee back up into first and second, keeps jumping around there with Dennis Orff. But he's climbed his way back from 11th, where I last commentated on him. So he's sitting nice and pretty with a 6,000 I-rating.
He's what we like to call an alien in the sim here. He's otherworldly when it comes to racing.
Yeah, we have our highest I-rating with Matt Lee is 6,278, and our lowest actually with Dennis Orff with 875. It's really interesting.
Now, don't let the I-rating fool you, though.
Oh.
Some drivers, I've raced against some drivers that had a below 500 I-rating, and that's because they just get out of rookie class, buy the car they want to race, and they join leagues and do nothing but league racing. They don't ever join official races.
Yeah, I know. It's just how people like to do things. I know some other drivers, if they end up, wrecking out. Let's say you get wrecked out, they're 2 laps down. I mean, at that point, some people don't think there's really a point to finish, so they kind of just jump out, and that really hurts your I-rating, because you basically, if you're not finishing dead last, you're pretty far back, and every race you do that, it's just a slow drain.
As the caution comes out, we have to find out what happened. Not showing anything on my screen.
I have it. Yep, so it's going to be the 20 for, in my opinion, that was an intentional spin of the 20 on the 33.
Let's see if we can go back and find that. Trying to find the 20 here. What was the other car involved?
The 20 and the 33.
So there's the 33. So let's go back and see if we can find out exactly what happened here. It's not allowing me to load up the incident here.
Yeah, I believe if you don't have them loaded at the time of the incident, you won't be able to see it on replay. I can give a quick summation of kind of what happened. So 20's outside of the yellow on the apron near the pit entrance. 20 comes back up onto the 33 car here, spinning the 33. So the 33 gets spun onto the apron, ends up coming back up, hitting the 9, who gets launched towards the top, and just collects the rest of the cars. Number 9 ends up upside down. People are just nailing each other left and right. It was a whole collection of cars going on out.
So with that being said, how's the driver chatter out there?
They were pretty upset, but I mean, as they were farther back in the field and it wasn't the lead or anything like that in the main pack, I don't think everyone was too upset because it might have been lapped cars and stuff like that. But they were definitely some upset people in the drivers in this chat.
Sounds like a little bit of contact might have been made on pit road. I heard some contact between two cars sounded like. Who made contact
though? Stop and go penalty. His teammate must have needed a caution to share that money, and I mean, not to kind of say that this happened, and and not even to kind of agree with what the number 20 did to the number 33. But I mean, that is a valid option if you have a teammate high up, following team orders, quote unquote, as we like to say. I mean, if you're a Formula One fan, you might think that if you kind of get this quote, but Latifi might have gotten a big paycheck at the very end of the season from Red Bull there, specifically Max Verstappen.
Yeah, and we don't know exactly what happened behind radio chatter there, or possibly a Discord conversation, but I haven't been able to lay eyes on the incident, so I'm not gonna comment on the stipulations of that. So
yeah, that was it was an interesting accident there. I'm gonna see what happens when or why I should say the driver there goes off. Let's see if I can catch him. Number 20 here. Looks like the number 33 came up in front of 20. 20 kind of tried to do a bit of a dodge, didn't check up. Instead of trying to check it up, he kind of did a dodge, came off, and then I guess maybe he was either mad at him or something. But yeah, he ended up spinning him. That definitely looked intentional. Might be some beef between the 20 and the 30 because, I mean, every move there was pretty suspicious in my opinion.
That is a possibility. Looking back at the race as it is now, Braxton DeWeese, your leader, he's going to elect to take the inside lane here on the restart with Matt Lee on the outside of him. And you have Matthew Baker and Raymond Reitnor in the second row there. Third row's Darius Sells and Mark Jenkins. Fourth row, Aaron Roth and Jason Maines. And row number 5 is Chris Imbus and Jason Schilling.
And Roth, a new name in our top 7 or top 10, excuse me, that I've seen at least for tonight, or at least kind of paid attention to. So hopefully we can, and he's up 29 places. So let's see if we can get a new number car up here. Actually, this is the number 30. I believe we have talked about him a few times. See if he can make his way up to maybe the top 4, top 5.
Yeah. As it looks like they're going to add an extra lap here onto the caution, possibly having to review some things. Now we're within 20 laps to go when we go green here, close to it. I believe we'll have 21 laps to go when we go green. And I think we're within that pay window we were talking about earlier, Christian, where it's going to be getting more and more hectic as we go on here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of getting down to the nitty gritty of it. We have 22 laps to go at the moment, with 1 lap to go on caution, or 2 laps to go on caution. But just going back and checking, 20 of Jordan Darnell was given an EOL for that spin out, the little thing. So definitely was given an EOL causing that wreck, as well as Dennis Ford was also given an EOL. Unsure of why. It was an accidental EOL.
As the lights are out on the pace car, working their way down the backstretch, coming to the green flag here. Going to take the green with 21 laps to go. And stop and go penalty show in the chat saying things are about to get crazy. And you're definitely not wrong there. We are within that pay window. It is fixing to get hectic. Throw caution to the wind and let it rip. And as we like to say, going full send. Speaking of full send, we greatly appreciate y'all tuning in here tonight to the Full Send Broadcast Network. Tonight we have the Ford Entertainment Group PC presenting the Friday Night Superspeedway series, sponsored by iRacing Flea Market. Go check them out at facebook.com/iRacing Flea Market. As we are green here once again at Daytona. Braxton DeWeese has Matthew Baker hard on his back bumper, really shoving him, getting him out front. Matthew Baker thinking about jumping up to the high lane, but no one's there to jump up to try to take the lead. Luis is going to jump up to the high lane, block the charge from the 39 of Mark Jenkins. That's going to let Matthew Baker, being pushed by the 87 of Raymond Ratnor, they're going to be leading that inside lane, while DeWeese and Jenkins leading the outside lane.
Yeah, with Matthew Baker finally making his way back up to first place, leading this large pack, hopefully to the end. At least he hopes all the way to the end. Again, with Raymond Rittenauer, the second, following close behind. They seem to be a good duo there. 87 always sitting behind some of these cars and doing a really good job. Same with the 39 and the 13, always sitting up there, and they're really good with these. Pushing and tandem drafting a bit.
Yeah, they really seem to pair well together. And if you don't look too much further back, you see the 04 of Matt Lee in 8th. And if he and I believe it's the 37, I think it was, that were linking up pretty well earlier in the race. Be looking for them to be coming back to the front.
Yeah, Matt Lee, 6 positions down since green flag drop. Hopefully to making back some of these positions. Right now, highest up, Kevin Clark again with 33 positions gained. Pretty solid 2 lines going on right now, top and bottom lane. I can't really see one taking over the other. It's just they're all going at a steady speed right now.
Yeah, and they're definitely throwing caution to the wind here, because they are getting even closer and closer on those double wide lines right there. As you see right there, they're kind of pinching them going off into the trioval. They're not running that mid to high line anymore. They're kind of running that low mid line, trying to get down on the door of the inside line there. Trying to maybe do a little side drafting and break up that drafting partner. As we have a 3 wide situation going on now. DeWeese going to jump up to block it. It's the 18 of Maines being pushed by the number 4 of Matt Lee. Main's going to have to figure out a way to get back down there. If not, he is going to be left high and dry. He's going to fit back in line right there in front of Lee.
Matthew Jenkins, the car number 39, really likes taking things 3 wide. This is the second or third time I think I've seen him take it 3 wide. But it doesn't seem to be working well for him, as I think he just lost the position because of that.
Yeah, as you see right here, Braxton DeWeese all over the back bumper of the 31 of Kevin Clark. They're trying to go places right now.
Going 3 wide again with the 39, the 18, and the 14 right now. 39 might be being kind of hung out to dry there, with the 18 kind of trying to close them out and stick right on the back of the 13.
Ooh, close, almost contact right there between Lee and Jenkins. Yeah, Jenkins being hung out to dry right there.
Cruising at a crispy 180, like high 180 right now, 80 miles an hour, with Matthew Baker doing 185 miles an hour with a top speed of 198. Right now, our fastest car on the track hit a top speed of 203 miles an hour with Craig Lewis.
That is smoking around this track in these Xfinity cars.
Oh, yeah.
As we have a third lane forming here. How viable can it be, though? Don't know who was having the blink there. I believe it was Braxton DeWeese blinked a little bit. Oh, as we have cars going to the inside.
Ooh. That's going to be the number 4 of Matt Lee being spun out into the wall. Oh.
Tough break by the 04 of Matt Lee. He is so damaged right now.
He had a great race running for him too. I'm gonna go back and check to see what happened there. No caution off of that.
Right now, Kevin Clark leading that charge in the outside lane with Braxton DeWeese in tow. Jason Maines trying to make that extreme high lane work with the 36 of Jason Schilling. We're going to keep it 3 wide here. These guys are really getting down to the nitty gritty like we said a while ago. They are in the pay window.
Yeah, number 4, Matt Lee getting caught up with just a bit of netcode, actually.
The 36 of Schilling got in the wall a little bit, and that broke him away from Jason Maines. So that extreme high lane going to be backing way down now. Maines is going to be hung out to dry. He's going to drop like a rock further back here.
Race control actually disabling Brian Darlington's chat of the number 555.
Ooh, someone who's a little spicy in chat apparently. Up front, 2 by 2, Baker and Clark duking it out. Blackenauer and DeWeese in tow as they're coming up on the lap car. That's the 04 of Lee. Using a fast repair, getting back out on track. You know, he is begging for a caution right now to save his race, to try to have a shot at this thing still. He is still on the lead lap, but soon he will not be as they are coming in a hurry. Oh, as we have a car through the grass, blinking. I believe that's the 56 of Josh Bonwell. Yeah, went through the grass there. There's the 04 of Matt Lee falling like a rock.
Yeah, getting caught up with the number 28, Josh Bonwell. Getting caught up with Taryn DeFelice. DeFelice, I believe, actually, is how you say it. So, yeah. Josh Bonwell not out of the race, but definitely that wasn't as good for him. Nine positions down from the green. Currently 11 seconds behind leader.
Now, Kevin Clark currently scored your leader, up 37 spots since the drop of the green flag tonight. Inside lane being led by Matthew Baker. They come to the line. 10 laps to go tonight at Daytona. It is a fierce battle. The 31 of Clark drops down to the inside line. That's going to leave the door open for Braxton DeWeese on the high lane. In tow is Mark Jenkins behind DeWeese, while Baker is behind Clark, really working, trying to get this win. DeWeese is going to get put in the middle here. A bad push. They're going to back out. Here comes Jason Maines. They're really stacking up here in the turns 3 and 4 here. They are 3 wide. Got a car out of shape there. He's going to get back in line. No harm, no foul. But we have 3 lanes of racing here tonight. As we wind down the laps here, under 10 to go, as we have contact. Big wreck breaking out.
Oh! Taking out the entire... Oh, wow.
Huge wreck.
Wow. Literally, basically, the entire pack.
Car
7 drivers left.
There is a car that was sliding on his lid there. Don't know who it was.
Wow. Top 5 cars made it out of that, with another 2 in the middle pack and a few behind, but that was a lot of cars right there. A lot.
Let's go back and take a look at this. Okay, there you see the car get out of shape there. We're going to slow it down here. Go a little bit further up in the pack. Try and catch and see what happened. Looks like the 32 got sideways right there. Oh, wow. Yeah, huge wreck. Huge wreck.
Wow. That's insane.
Was anybody able to get through that?
That was a track closer right there. I mean, that was crazy. You wouldn't even. I don't even know where I would go. I mean, a lot of it collected up top. You see some drivers go head down below. Can't make out what car. I think that's the number 7. Yeah, I believe that's number 7 was able to dip down low. If you saw that a little earlier.
As we're riding along with the 8 of Thomas Andrews for this replay, we're going to see what it looked like from his perspective. You see, he cannot see anything going on in front of him right here. He doesn't know there's a wreck happening. And there you see it. Last minute, nowhere to go. Track just clogs up completely in front of him. Holy cow, he gets hit from behind a little bit right there, and that shoots him into the 50. And then the 50 disappears, has a blink, and he's able to get through that. Has a little bit of damage, but none that can't be fixed. We go back live. Holy cow, that took out a lot of good cars there.
Yeah, I'm sure if a lot of cars may be also happy to get back up. I mean, it's with this with Josh Bonwell all the way back in 12th. Hopefully, let's see where our Matthew Lee is. Matt Lee in the pits, possibly caught up in that altercation there. 35 places down.
Yeah, I believe he was involved in that. Definitely a tough break for the 04 of Matt Lee. He's scored 37th right now. Just not his night.
Yeah. A lot of these drivers maybe not where they expected to be, and top 10. I mean, that's where you want to be, because top 10 are paid out right now. First place taking, if you can take it, $400 you taking home cash. Second taking 200, third taking 100, fourth taking 50, and fifth through 10th taking 25. So if you being top 5 specifically, is really important. And some people maybe willing to do a bit more than just race a little too, maybe even race a little too hard, to try to get those payouts.
Yeah, it's right now we are going to be taking the green with 5 laps to go here tonight. This race is definitely setting up to be a wild one here, as Braxton DeWeese going to be on the high lane. Inside lane is going to be Kevin Clark in that 31 machine. Row number 2 is going to be Jason Maines and Matt Baker. So those two guys right there have been fantastic pushers all night long. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I'm excited for this finish. How about you, Christian?
I'm extremely excited for this finish. Towards the end of this race has gotten even more and more exciting, especially as we see these three lines form. It's something I was not expecting to happen tonight. Was 3 lines form, and I'm happy to see it. We always love a good, interesting race.
Yeah, and so do you think we're done seeing cautions?
I don't know. We might. I mean, if they have the green-white checkered put on up, maybe. But you have to remember though, as I'll let everyone else know. But 2 laps after that, we restart here off this 5th caution. They're not allowed to go 3 wide. They have to wait till they complete 2 full laps after that goes off. The green flag drops that they can go 3 wide. So unless something weird happens with them going 2 wide, I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, and as the green flag comes back out, 5 laps to go here tonight at Daytona in the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday Night Super Speedway Series. Kevin Clark hard on that loud pedal. The outside line dissipates very quickly. All that's left up there right now in contention is Braxton DeWeese and Jason Maines. The real aggressive pushing has started. You see the 87 getting the 5, all kinds of out of whack.
Oh, we have 2 cars spin off track. Craig Lewis and Jay Dargert.
As the caution comes out for that.
Oh, that's going to be frustrating for some of these drivers here.
See if we can find out what happened. See if we can get it on the replay here. Gotta find incident. All right, so you said it was Jay Dargert involved?
Yep, Jay, it was, I believe...
Oh, yeah,
Craig.
there it is. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 57 got hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Craig Lewis, number 44 car, and the Jay Dargert, number 57 car, and FEG admin, actually, getting into a bit of a rumble there.
Never a dull moment here in the Feg-Pc Friday Night Super Speedway Series presented by iRacing Flea Market. Be sure to go check out iRacing Flea Market. They're on Facebook at facebook.com/iRacing Flea Market. They're 26,000 members strong, buying and selling PC or sim racing gear. You can buy sim rigs, computers, all kinds of stuff. I'm a member of it myself, and have been known to window shop from time to time there. But definitely in the market soon to be buying some wheel and pedals. So go check them out there. Fantastic page to go check out all your sim racing gear.
Oh, definitely. I've thought about buying a few things from there. Haven't yet, but I'm very close to it. There's a few things I'm in the market for, and definitely going to be using iRacing flea market.
All right. So as this caution comes out, we are possibly setting up for a green-white checkered. I believe we are going to be setting up for a green-white checkered.
Yeah, we'll have, I believe, one to go.
Yeah, so it will be going into overtime here tonight. Braxton DeWeese has scored your leader with Jason Maines in second, Kevin Clark in third, fourth, Dalton Randolph in the 7. Fifth is Matthew Baker, sixth, Raymond Reitenauer. Seventh is Dennis Orff, sorry, mispronounced that for a second. Eighth is Jalen Parker, ninth, Donald Ray, and 10th is Jim Westerfield.
Yeah, if I was Braxton DeWeese right now, I'd have a big smile on my face, but I'd be a little nervous for that outside lane to kind of take me over. I mean, one lap to go off of the yellow being dropped onto the green. It's a pretty easy spot to hold, but if you got some impatient people behind you kind of wanting to spin you out, it can definitely happen. So I may be happy right now, but I'm also extremely nervous for what's to come when that flag drops.
And with less than 10 to go, they can go 3 wide as soon as they cross the line.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, I seen that in the chat. Stop and Go Penalty Show says you can go 3 wide with less than 10 laps to go. So this is going to be even more interesting here. Definitely in the pay window as the lights go off on the pace car. They're going to be going green on lap 80. We are set up for a green-white checkered. The total amount of laps will change as they come to the green. Or I will hope it will. Sometimes this overlay might be a little buggy every now and then, but it should update as they cross the line and take the green flag. We are getting ready to throw the checkered flag tonight. It's going to be wild here in the closing laps.
And being able to go 3 wide right off that restart, some people are definitely going to take advantage of that, and I know I would, especially if I can, pass up and if someone leaves the top of that lane open. I'm going to shoot right up there and see if I can maybe make up a position or two.
Yeah, looks like Braxton DeWeese is going to choose the high lane for the restart.
I don't know if I'd be doing that if I was him. I mean, the bottom lane's almost a secure way to go. But let's see what his strategy here is. Maybe he trusts that number 7 better than that number 18.
That's a possibility. I don't recall the 7 and the 8 working together much tonight, but we'll find out here shortly. As we're waiting for the pace car to make that left turn, there it goes. Field in the hands of the 8 of Braxton DeWeese. Green flag is back out here at Daytona as we are green-white checkered. The laps updated as we have a car going through the grass already. Braxton DeWeese has the 7 shoving him, not square though. Good job holding on to that 8 machine there by DeWeese. 18 of Jason Maines with a good start there. Able to take the lead on the inside line with Kevin Clark pushing him as DeWeese gets hit. There goes Clark. Huge wreck on the backstretch. We're going to be under caution.
That goes number 15.
We're going to go with another green-white checkered here. Huge wreck.
Oh. Wow.
Holy cow. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time. Holy cow.
Second green-white checkered allowed. The next time it's just gonna be race to the end.
All right, so we're gonna slow it down. There you see the 7 jumping out of line out from behind the 8, and he comes back down to get in line, but he was not clear. Flips the 8. And that sends the 8 down into the 5 and the 31. The 31 with a hard right-hand turn into the outside wall. And that wads up, oh my gosh, the entire field behind Jason Maines involved in that wreck. Holy cow. I don't think I've ever seen that big of a wreck in my broadcasting career. That was massive.
That was pretty intense there.
Holy cow. Let's go back. I'm going to rewind this. I normally don't do this, but we're going to rewind this. Watch this unfold. Holy cow. Cars just going everywhere. Rewind this one more time.
So it looks like someone just dropped all of their Hot Wheels all over the ground.
Yeah, I mean that. Wow,
that was a scary crash. People asking for black flag clears left and right. People having to go down pit road and stuff to try to avoid other people.
Holy cow. There's the 56 of Josh as he gets a piece of it, trying to check up. Holy cow. Let's actually go back, rewind this one more time, and we're going to ride along with Josh Bonwell and see what it looked like from his perspective. There you see the wreck happening in front of him. Oh my gosh, there's nothing you can do. Cars just going everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holy cow.
So if I'm Braxton DeWeese, I mean, for causing, not really causing, number 7 kind of caused that, essentially, based off of the 13. I mean, if I'm Braxton DeWeese, I feel like I made off like a bandit after that. I mean, all you did was you just doored someone and you just kept going. You might have a little bit of side damage there, but nothing compared to some of these other cars that ended up just ramming the wall.
Yeah, so let's take you through a rundown of the way they sit right now for the top 10. Jason Maines is your leader. Braxton DeWeese in second. Jalen Parker in third. Fourth, Donald Ray. Fifth, Casey Sawich. Sixth, Kenneth McCullough Jr. Seventh, Josh Bonwell. Eighth, Kyle Knapp. Ninth, Darius Sells. And rounding out the top 10 is the 43 of Christopher McCullough. Now, if we look at how these cars, every car except for Maines up front has a load of damage.
Yeah, I mean, these drivers were just literally just bulldozing them out of the way. I mean, get hit from the sides, get hit from the behind, but they were just trying to hold on to their cars, and some of them did, but they were just, you can't help it if someone kind of smacks into the side of you, the back of you, or you just had to run someone down. I mean, there have been a few times where I just held onto the throttle and just shoved the person out of my way.
Now, the 27 here, or the 12 on the overlay, Kyle Knapp, he doesn't look like he has any damage at all.
His car is really clean.
Yeah, so be looking for him. And the 37 of Darius Sells. Darius Sells has a little bit of right rear damage, but I don't know if that's going to hurt him that bad. But it's definitely going to be between Maines, DeWeese, Donald Ray, or no. Sorry, I believe that's Jalen Parker. Yeah, Jalen Parker. The 27 of Kyle Knapp and the 56 of Josh Bonwell, I believe, are all contenders for this now due to the carnage around them on the cars.
Yeah, I mean, Christopher McCullough is sitting in 10th, but does not have a hood or a front bumper, completely exposed. He's just going to drop right off real quick. He probably has quite a bit of engine damage too, from probably a really hard hit.
As the green flag comes back out on the last green-white checker, Jason Maines with a huge restart here Don't know if he jumped out too far. Braxton DeWeese being left high and dry up there. As he's going to dip back in line, but there's the 27 of Kyle Knapp on the high lane, followed by Josh Bonwell. Knapp going to dip down to the inside line. We have cars. Oh, we have a car going around. The 57. We stay green. Never mind. The caution comes out. Looks like we may be getting another attempt at this. Now, the 4 cars that I mentioned earlier, the 5 cars, they're all 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th right now. So now we're setting up for a huge restart.
Another caution. I mean,
I'm assuming we're going to be going green again. Can you confirm that?
I cannot. Actually, yeah, no, that is it. I believe Jason Maines has taken the win off of the chat. I just heard someone say congratulations on the win.
Yeah, because I just seen on my scoring that the white flag was thrown.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, and people here are disconnecting. So yeah, Jason Maines, I believe, taking the win. Let's just double check and see what this checker flag. Nothing's final until then.
As they're coming to the line now, checkered flag is flying. Jason Maines in the 18 machine pulls off the win. Jalen Parker in 2nd, and 3rd, Braxton DeWeese. That's your top 3 here tonight. That was wow.
What an interesting ending. Something I was not expecting.
Yeah, I was not expecting that either. Jason Maines, your winner tonight in the 18 machine.
Wow, what a crazy race there. I mean, starting 3 lines there, you saw at some points going 3 lines. Different, you know, we had racers here that are not even close to the top 10. That were set up there for the longest times. I mean, we had Matt Lee finishing in, I believe, 36th. Matthew Baker finishing in 11th, just outside of the pay zone of the top 10. Dennis Orr finishing 19th. All racers who were sitting up top 10 or possibly in first that held multiple laps.
Yeah, and our biggest mover of the race is the 23 of Casey Sawich, with 35 positions gained in tonight's race.
Yep. And here joining us at the booth right now is Jason Maines.
How you guys doing?
Hey, how are you, Jason?
Doing good. Finally had some luck going my way.
Well, walk us through how that race went for you, man.
I thought it went, actually, you know, you win, it goes great, right? But that's a good day. But what you have is a strategy that you try to play on this thing, and then it doesn't work out for you. We go to hit pit road, and they wreck, and so we had to go to the back, and you know, that was kind of disappointing. But you know, you got to have luck in these things all the time. You got to have luck, and we had some luck at the end, and it panned out. So I had to make some moves that were to get back up there, which was a lot of fun, but at the same time nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that was a wild race for sure, man. You gained 10 spots since the drop of the green flag there, and led when it counted. Were you worried about it, the caution coming out and ending this under caution, or were you expecting to race back to the line?
You know, I had saved fuel when I was behind those guys. Guess I was like 8th or 10th or something, and I was saving fuel because just in case we had the green white checker stuff. And I could have done one more green white checker and been good. So that's what it came down to. I mean, I knew if I was leading, it was going to be an issue because you burn more fuel. So at that point, I figured we were good to go to the end, and it worked out.
Yeah, Christian, you have any questions for Jason?
I mean, yeah, well, not really any questions, but I definitely agree with you on that kind of just being lucky there. I feel like the three main components there, are luck, patience, especially. We were talking about that earlier. You just have to be patient in this race, and especially on these super speedways. Even if you're dead last, I mean, you can make it all the way back up. As we've seen with Casey Sawich with 35 positions moved. I did have to, how did you feel about these, last 4 laps with these green white checkers, or these last few laps, and all of a sudden then the flag going out and taken under caution?
Well, the flag at the end is actually, if you're leading, that's a good thing, right? So definitely wasn't disappointed in that. But when you hit it on the head. I mean, you've got to be patient, and when you have situations like what happened, you're not going to just go to the front. And some people are, a little bit better holding their lines than others. And with that being said, you have to ride behind them and learn and to see how they run the high side, how they run the middle, and stuff like that. So if you have confidence, if you get up behind them to push them, they're going to hold their line. And I know everybody's on a different level in here, and so that's the patience part that comes in. So. And then once you get through that, then you have some people that you've raced with a lot in here, and you got to remember, you're not going to always win. So sometimes you may have to push somebody that to get them to the win, and it's just not going to play out for you that night, and I'm okay with that. So, and that's what it comes out to me.
Yeah, just trying to get the best finish you can there.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. Is literally you want to win. I mean, you've got to position yourself. Think about when you see the Daytona races in real life, right? So they get a caution at the end. It's all about getting yourself in that position, right? And that's what I did, So with that being said, we got ourselves in position, and we were able to go. We had some damage earlier, and I didn't want to take the fast repair and use it, so wasn't sure who had what behind me. I knew one of the cars was clean, but the draft is the ultimate equalizer. So just wanted to just cross my T's and dot my I's on the restarts and stuff, and like I said, it worked out. And as always, you got to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Everything we've got is because of Him. Pray for the people over in Ukraine and everybody being affected by the craziness that's going on around the world. Got to thank Elliott Sadler Esports, Lowline Racing, for all the teamwork stuff that we do together. I thank my teammates in here, Matt and Matthew Baker. It was a lot of fun racing with them. And then we got to thank Lennox Industries, Bradley Mechanical, and Into the Apex for coming on board for the Road to Pro stuff. And hopefully we'll have some more exciting news here soon.
All right, man. Well, once again, congrats on the race win. And appreciate you stopping by the booth here. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week, man, if you plan on joining this thing next Friday night.
I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys putting on the broadcast, and Jeff putting on the race. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. And that was Jason Maines, your race winner tonight. Now let's bring in our second place finisher, Mr. Jalen Parker.
What's up?
Hey, Jalen, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good now.
Well, you finished 26 spots up from where you started tonight's race. Walk us through how that race went for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty anticlimactic for me. A lot of just managing the race. I got an incident early and had to use my fast repair, so I just figured I'd just lay down in the back and try and save fuel and stretch it as far as I could, because I knew, on that last run, if they wrecked, it was going to be big. I had 2 spotters that were helping me out, Lucas and Dawson, so I just want to thank them before I forget. And sure enough, they did. I was running like 30th, and I stayed out because I knew I had enough fuel to get to the end, and I moved my way up to 10th. And then on the first green white checker got doored pretty hard and had some damage, but was still able to pull out a P2. Last time I ran this race, I finished 3rd. I finished second. So hopefully next time we can finish one spot better.
Yeah, Christian, you have anything for Jalen?
Not really. I did actually. I always say that now. I did have a question. I wanted to ask you to kind of walk us through that. The one crash you had. What was your kind of thoughts on that? And
Yeah. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about. If you're talking about the one where I got dumped by a lap car, or if you're talking about the second green white or the first green white checker. The lap car was, yeah, it is what it is. I just got dumped. But the green white checker incident, I just tried to keep it low and try and pedal my way past the wreck, but I got hit in the door. But the damage wasn't too bad. So really these cars is just about protecting the motor. So didn't have any engine damage, so we were kind of able to stay up there on that last restart. I wish we would have had a chance to race it out, but Jason, I think, ran up front most of the race from what I remember. So he deserved the win, and it was fun. So yeah, hope to be back next week.
For sure, man. And once again, man, congrats on bringing it home in the runner-up spot. You have any shout-outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people watching tonight?
So my paint scheme tonight was an ALS awareness paint scheme. My grandmother about a year and a half ago got diagnosed with ALS, and it's a really nasty disease. So if you guys see any fundraisers or anything, anybody that's watching and you want to donate to the cause, they're really close to coming up with a cure. So that'd be big, and from my family, we'd appreciate it. So yeah, just keep her in your prayers, and yeah, we move on.
Much appreciated, Jalen. And like I said a while ago, congrats on bringing it home in the runner-up spot, taking home some cold, hard cash. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next Friday night.
Absolutely. Hopefully one spot better.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right. Take care.
And that was Jalen Parker, your runner-up finisher tonight here in the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday Night Superspeedway Series, presented by iRacing Flea Market. Let's get our third place finisher in here, Mr. Braxton DeWeese. Hey there, Braxton. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man. Congrats on bringing it home in the third spot. Thought you had it locked down there for a minute. Walk us through how that race went for you and ultimately bringing it home in the third spot.
It was actually a pretty good race for me. We had a little bit more luck on our side this time than the previous races I've ran in on Friday nights. I really wanted to start up front and be up front most of the race. Starting third really helped out, and I felt like I did a pretty good job trying to stay up front as much as I can. With that being said, we'll take a third place. First would have been great. I think I led the most laps, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But third's better than fourth, and $100 is better than nothing, so we'll take it.
Absolutely. Christian, got anything for Braxton?
Yeah, so on that, actually, that last green white checkered restart, you ended up taking that top line, which and then ended up having the 7 hitting you and causing that whole wreck. What were your thoughts behind taking that top line instead of taking that bottom line, which everyone else has done in the past when they're leading the race?
Yeah, I wanted to see if I could try something there. Start on the top, try to stay on the top. I knew if Jason was on the bottom and if I could stay up top and be equal with him, that he would kind of be trapped down there, and it would pretty much come up to if I had a run or if I had someone behind me pushing me. I felt like the 7 could push me, but he just got a little high there, and then tried to cut it back down so he wouldn't get out of line and get shuffled back, and just tapped me a little bit, got me a little sideways and whatnot. But unfortunately, hit whoever was below me, but nothing I could really do. But glad I could save what I could, and glad we could come out with the finish that we did.
Yeah, I mean, that was it was an impressive save on your part, and kind of unfortunate for the other drivers, but I mean, that's super speedway racing there. I mean, you can't do much about that. Things happen, so can't do too much. But yeah, congratulations on third, and you did really well.
Well,
thanks, I appreciate it.
Well, Braxton, you have any shout outs or sponsor plugs you want to get out there for the people watching tonight?
Yeah, most definitely. I want to thank the main sponsor on the car, Reg Customs. He does a bunch of customs for NASCAR diecast, 1/24 scale to be specific. He does a bunch of race wins, and they look dead on and look very good. So make sure to go search him up on Facebook and whatnot at REG Space Customs. You can get a lot of custom diecasts there that are nice and beautiful. I also want to thank GP Diecast. sells diecast 164 scale and 124 scale, along with 118 scale Indy cars. I also have a bunch of other sponsors I'd like to thank. Ravenwood Enterprise, Jeff Schmidt Auto Group, Bennett's Publical, Allen's Arts Images, Scrubbin' Tires Podcast, NASCAR Technical Institute, CD Cinematography, Blaze Designs, Midwest Bold Fabrications, and I want to thank a huge thank you to all the people that tune in and root me on, everybody in the Braxton Deweese fan club thing on Facebook, the group there. You can go and join that if you'd like. If you don't, that's fine as well. But I want to give a big thanks to them for tuning in and supporting me. And we'll see what we can do the next race.
All right, man. Well, once again, congrats on bringing it home third, and appreciate you stopping by here tonight, man. And maybe we'll get to talk to you again next week.
Thanks, y'all. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Nice one.
And that was Braxton Deweese, your third place finisher tonight, bringing home the last of the big money. Let's take you through the official finishing order here before we get ready to sign off. Your race winner, Jason Maines, taking home the big bucks tonight. And second, Jalen Parker. Third, Braxton Deweese. Fourth, Kyle Knapp. Fifth, Josh Bonwell. Sixth, Casey Sawich. Seventh, Darius Sales. Eighth, Kenneth McCullough Jr. Ninth was Christopher McCullough. 10th, Brian Darlington. 11th, Matthew Baker. 12th, Jason Schilling. James Kaufman bringing it home 13th. 14th was Craig Lewis. 15th, Raymond Ratnor II. 16th, Joey Allen. 17th, Chris Imbus. 18th, Dennis Orff. 19th was Dalton Randolph. 20th, Chad Ross. 21st, Thor Tullo. 22nd, Mark Jenkins. 23rd, Donald Ray. 24th, Jay Dargert. 25th, Taryn DeFleece. 26th, Brian Terry. 27th, Stephen Page. 28th, Thomas Andrews. 29th, David Stryker. 30th, Brian Kessner. 31st, Aaron Roth. 32nd, Jordan Darnell. 33rd, Kevin Clark. 34th was Jim Westerfield. 35th, Nash Brambilla. 36th, John Mollahan. 37th, Matt Lee. 38th, David Sheets. 39th, John Honeycutt. 40th was Thomas Van Vicura. 41st, Art Greco. 42nd, TJ Roberts. And 43rd, Wally Babb, sorry. And in 44th was Richard Gray. And that's your official finishing order here tonight in the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday Night Superspeedway Series. We'll be back here again next Friday night for the last of our 4-race stint here for the Ford Entertainment Group PC Friday Night Series, presented by iRacing Flea Market. And coming up Monday, the 21st, here on the Full Sim Broadcast Network, we're going to have the Sunday Cup League Street Stock Spectacular. The Beef Jerky 100, I believe that's what it is. Double check that real quick. The Beef Jerky Unlimited 100. And that's going to be a huge street stock event there at Michigan International Speedway here on iRacing. And of course, next Friday, we'll be live here for the FEG-PC Friday Night Series. And the announcement here first, April 8th, the Friday before the Bristol Dirt Race in real life, Full Send Motorsports is going to be putting on a special one-off race at Bristol Dirt with the Gen 7 car. Be sure to be looking in the Discord for that information and on Facebook. And, man, once again, we appreciate y'all tuning in tonight here on the Full Sim Broadcast Network. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and know when we go live every time here to bring you fantastic racing action. For Christian Hill, I'm Jacob, signing off here for the Full Sim Broadcast Network. We'll see you next time, and we can't wait to see you go full send.